Greetings, YouTube, and what a day, gosh, that today has been. Started off very early in the day, excited to open Alliance Wars Season 2 rewards, excited that that was finally over, and we got a very short but needed break from Alliance Wars Seasons. Then we got the news of all of the major changes for Alliance Wars Season 3, many of which, I would say for the community, it was just too much too fast. It's the kind of thing where, okay, if you're going to take away diversity, keep the nodes. Or leave diversity if you're going to make the nodes in the upper tier brackets a lot harder. But to do both at the same time and then not come out with any sort of hope in rank down tickets is, well, it's just a very discouraging day for the game. But in order to save face, they also announced this thing called Big Pimming, I think. I don't know if that's supposed to be a play on words like big pimping, which would be a very strange thing to try to have in what is perceived to be somewhat of a family game. But either way, Big Pimming is the new micro realm, which sounds like a problem you go to the doctor to have as a male. But let's look at this and talk about it, because it will be something that we see on a daily basis next month in terms of what we are trying to work toward achieving. Now, generally, events are things that I really enjoy talking about because, for the most part, especially when there's no energy involved, they're just a fun way to get more rewards, and I don't think it's really fair to complain too much about free rewards in the game. For all those people like me who got a 3-star crystal yesterday and a 3-star hero, you know, I'm still thankful for it. It was a free 3-star. And yes, some people got really lucky, including one guy whose first 5-star ever is Blade. Talk about cheating the game. But, all right, so this thing is a breakthrough in PIM's molecular technology has led to the discovery of new micro realms in the contest. These realms may be small, but they're packed full of rewards for the taking. Using PIM particle discs, summoners can shrink down and snatch up these newly discovered treasures. Be careful, as you'll only be able to stay in these micro realms for an hour. Now, that's not surprising at all. Micro realms will be available from July 3rd until August 1st, so almost a full month. You'll need our forthcoming build to see and participate in them, so I'm just guessing that means the newest version of the game. Micro realms run in a very similar to our previous Rift events. So, basically, entry costs. Won't be able to enter them until you collect the PIM particle disc for that difficulty and spin them to enter. 4 tiers, 4 discs. And that means you'll need to collect the right particle disc to enter your micro realm of choice, which I'm guessing for most players, especially players in my position, will be that master or expert bracket. I forget what they're calling it. Alright, so once you spend your PIM particle disc to enter the micro realm, you'll have 1 hour to collect your prize and defeat the final boss. But it's not so simple. Of course it's not. Of course it can't be as simple as just going in, winning some fights, and claiming some rewards. The path you'll be sent to is determined by a random portal, so you won't know what prize you'll receive until you enter. We know all about this based off of the last rifts or realms. Micro realms of different tiers contain different rarities of prizes, with the highest tier containing large bunches of tier 2 alpha catalyst fragments and 5-star shards. And then you can see beginner, normal, heroic, and master. Master is 500,000 PIM canisters. Who knows how hard it's going to be to get 500,000 of them. Kind of a random number. There's 4 places you can collect. Monthly event quests. Arenas are going to be your best source, so that'll help me while making everybody who hates the arena probably hate it even worse. And then we have the login calendar and daily quests. But it's also worth noting that PIM particle discs can also be purchased from the store throughout the event. Oh, goody. I don't know if that means the unit store or cash, but these are usually fantastic events for free-to-play players, and if it's for cash, those players would not be able to get it, so I'm very curious how that's going to work. However, you can only buy each disc a certain number of times. Those numbers are outlined along with rewards below. Okay, so it's going to take 5 energy or 60 energy, almost a full amount of energy to go through these. So if you go in unprepared and you only have an hour to beat it, you're going to have to actually spend units to get an energy refill, or else you're basically screwed. How hard of the quest? You'll face off against 5 enemies in micro realms, all of whom are randomized from a select pool. We've seen this very much before in other iterations of the game. Now, here's the biggest problem with this. I want you to notice that unlike the last rifts, and I'm going to concentrate specifically on master rewards for this, there was a 1% chance in the last rift for 2 different items. Do you remember what those are? If you weren't playing the game, or you've slept since then, and Lord knows I barely have, you had a 1% drop rate to get a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha or a fully formed 5-star Hero Crystal. There was even a 5-star Featured Crystal. And I hated rifts overall because you only got to do like 3 of them in a month. So I'm hoping this micro thing also means you'll get more opportunities, because the rewards are so much worse than the last rift that would imply that you get to do more runs, right? If you don't, and you only get to do this 2 or 3 times over the course of the entire month, this event looks potentially even worse rewards-wise than what we're doing right now, which has been such a pain. I loved the event in May. Once a day on your own time, 3 fights, all with PI between, 10 and 11,000, and you beat the 3 fights, and you get 300 5-star crystal shards. Amazing. You do that over the course of 30 days, every day, you've basically got yourself a 5-star crystal just from that free event. This month has just been a lot of work for about the same rewards, and so much more difficulty, especially with, say, the final Domino boss. And this, a 1% chance to get 10,800, not even half of a T2 Alpha Catalyst. The same drop rate as the Rift from a couple months ago, but less than half the value. Most likely, you're going to see that you will get either 2,000 5-star shards or 3,600 Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments. And I don't know about you, but I think that I would rather get the 5-star shards, because you can easily get Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments in the Glory store, and even in those uncollected daily crystals. For those of you who are uncollected, you cannot get either 5-star shards in those places. So I don't know. I think this is supposed to get us hyped up. Maybe it is even supposed to get us excited about next month on the same day that so many people are furious about the changes to Alliance War, and the fact that Kabam's already come out and said that they are under no condition giving us rank down tickets. But I can't promote this unless you're going to do this, like, I don't know, maybe once a week. But even then, once a week is only 4 runs for the whole month. I would much rather, instead of these quests, just give us the daily opportunity. Even Modoc's Lab I'll absolutely take over something like this. Give us something daily that we can do on our own time, that doesn't automatically become affected by Alliance Quest or Alliance War runs, and give us the opportunity, based on skill, to accumulate more and more resources. If it turns out that this is just as rare as the last Rift, but it has like less than half of the rewards for the same percentage, I don't get it. And this is really making me worried about July 4th right now, because the game is going backwards in terms of rewards. The difficulty is certainly getting much, much harder, but the rewards that we are used to are becoming far more scarce. And so my confidence in Kabam to give us the same A+++ deals that they gave us last year is dwindling. And I hope I'm wrong, because I will be very upset if July 4th comes, and last year we celebrated America's independence from a Canadian country with, or Canadian company, I should say, with the best offers we've ever seen. Whereas now it's like, hey, let's celebrate July with maybe one of the worst monthly quests we've seen, especially for rewards. So, are you hyped about this? I think, free stuff is free stuff. I'll never complain if I get the 2,000 5-star shards or the 3,600 Tier 2 Alpha Kalis fragments, and I would be mistaken if I didn't point this out as well. You also, in the last Rift, got a chance to get a 5-star Awakening Gem. In fact, I got that 1% RNG, and I pulled a skill Awakening Gem that I immediately used on Gwenpool, and it was such a great day. We don't have that this month. It's just 5-star shards or tier 2 alpha shards, or fragments, I should say, and that's just disappointing. The drop rate can be 1%, but give us that fully formed 5-star crystal. Give us the chance for Awakening Gem. Without that, it just kind of feels like it's watered down and worse than what we've seen from a few months ago. So, not very hyped, but that's the news of the day among many, many other things. Let me know what you think. I'll be skeptical so far, but hopefully I'm proven wrong. And these are great, because if they're not, well, it's just going to be another reason to kind of be sad with another underwhelming aspect of the game.